Little feedback portion of the oh. I thought I was gonna die. 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't know how to rhyme. And both headboard areas of both bedsides, they both have their own household and USB outlets up there. So when you are in long-term storage mode, if you have the battery taken off of it, you also want to disconnect the solar switch so that you're not, cooking your goose from both ends, as it were. Trust me on that, by the way. I cooked my goose at both ends once. I got sick while I had the flu, and so yeah, you don't want to do that. Speaking of, dimming some lights, I might go have some dim sum for lunch. But I will tell you, small town, non-traditional American fare, small town food options, like where I'm at right now, instead of having either really good Chinese or really good Japanese or really good Thai food, what you get in a small town is a single conglomerate restaurant I refer to as the Diarrhea Dragon. And those of you who have eaten from a small town, you know what I mean. But you know what? You're going to go back there anyway because it still tastes good. So, so whatever. Storage, it's so deep. You have to reach in there with your up to your armpit to try to get to anything, which, as any regular RV nerd herd viewer knows, I refer to as the elephant enema bathroom storage, because it's what you look like you're doing reaching up in there. You know, like George Clooney with the doctor gloves meets Steve Irwin, or Coors Light out of the fridge or whatever. And they don't disturb whoever's watching TV. They don't disturb who's in the kitchen. It's a very flow and go kind of floor plan. For me, it works very, very well. Now, what I haven't done so far is I haven't closed the slide to check out road mode. We'll do that together. But one of the other things that I really like is what they have going on up top here. These Deltas include their own 6-foot picnic table, which I think is very, very neat. And it's light enough and easy enough to set up that even my chicken arms can do it, so you don't got to worry. Although I will say, that thing is freaking sturdy, like a rock, like Bob Seger. Basically smashed my funny bone trying to be funny on that thing. There's nothing funny about smashing your funny bone. I've never understood why they call it that. It's rather humorous, which is a medical joke if you know what the funny bone is actually called. Those things all just have a direct flick of a switch where you don't really have to, get up and get down and move around and everything. The last time I got down, I think I was about 6 years old, and I was watching the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, and there was something flying over Mario and Luigi's head. And Mario said, "Get down!" And Luigi started dancing. And I said, "That looks like fun." And I started getting down with him. Only later did I realize what they actually meant. It's kind of like one time I was walking past the local Little League, place. And kid cracked the ball real hard. And it, came flying over the fence. And I grabbed it. They're like, "Throw it back." I'm like, "Really?" So, I started twerking. And they thought I was the weird one. I was just doing what they said. But that's an entirely different story for an entirely different day. 2 big windows there, both of which open for some massive airflow. And then you've got the move, bunk, get out the way kind of system. And it works so easy, folks, it's ludicrous. Right now, you're either wondering why I laid the cheese on so thick right there, or you're getting the joke. I'm not sure which. My references are getting a little bit dated. It does look like they managed to plumb everything together. So this is what I lovingly refer to as a single-headed sewer monster. You're not going to have to do the poop scoot boogie and move your hookups from A to B. The poop scoot boogie, by the way, is the name of the maneuver your dog makes when it scrapes its butt across the floor. This thing. So this is what I lovingly refer to as a single-headed sewer monster. You're not going to have to do the poop scoot boogie and move your hookups from A to B. The poop scoot boogie, by the way, is the name of the maneuver your dog makes when it scrapes its butt across the floor. This thing. I think I pulled a stomach muscle. Oh, well, sorry. One of the fellas here was kind enough to grab me a sandwich while I was recording, and I apparently didn't get the wrapper out of here. As you can tell, I had myself a submarine sandwich for lunch, or as they call them in a submarine, just a sandwich for lunch. Yeah, there's that. One of the things I noticed here was something I spotted on this candle. It's gourmand and fig, enjoy a moment of peace. But if you look at this really closely, it says that it's soy wax, which, as we know, in Spanish translates to I am wax. I personally feel that rock staff is pound for pound basically about the breast... HR is going to have something to say about that. Best brand on the market today. That'll go in the highlight reel. Obviously, I don't edit my videos that much. But, you know, that's just how they do it in this one. As Jordan would say, this is how they do it on a Friday night. Now, this is possibly one of the best parts of this RV. When you are sitting on the Murphy sofa, you can sit right here. You can make exact hard lock eye contact with the person sitting on the toilet, and you can establish dominance by saying who's going to blink first. Now, that is not for the faint of heart. Somebody breaks something like, oh, sorry, you're going to have to pay to fix that. Oh, you mean you don't want to do that? You thought the way to fix the slide was to shoulder check it from the inside? That's like I Love Lucy pulling on a door with her own foot on it. It makes about as much sense as trying to slam a revolving door. And is it me? Or did the decorating team go a little bit nuts on these pillows? It's like that commercial where the people are turning into their parents. When you have too many pillows, you have nowhere to sit. Look at that. In this case, all that big, awesome space in the private rooms and everything that you get, it means that the RV is long and strong and down to get the camping on. So if, you know, you feel like you want to toss it and leave it, I'll pull up quick to retrieve it. But enough Sir Mix-a-Lot references for the day, I think. This is the new 22 ERAS, or as I like to think of it, Taylor Swift in her Wildwood era. I swear, I can't find him. Marco! Polo! Did you see that?
And the sidewall panels on this, because they don't have quite as an aggressive crimp pattern on them. Oh, whoa, whoa! Almost bit it. Almost bit it. I tripped over another one of these right behind me here. I think I pulled a muscle in my back. All right, speaking of thick, I'm a little bit thick-headed, and obviously I don't edit my videos very much, so we're just gonna roll on with this thing right here.
I personally feel that rock staff is pound for pound basically about the breast... HR is going to have something to say about that. Best brand on the market today. That'll go in the highlight reel. Obviously, I don't edit my videos that much. It's in place right there. I do like the cross breeze windows, but you might have noticed they're using the pleated shades all the way around with these Wait a minute. Do you hear that? Anybody else hearing the white stripes on this thing? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. So just random things that I don't usually encounter over in my cornfield, Michigan kind of area. Yesterday, a bunch of cattle got loose and were trouncing through here. We literally had cattle walking through our lot, which was an interesting experience. It's not impossible to have happen back home. And remember, your chances of being killed by a cow are low, but never zero. Actually, you're more likely to get killed by a cow than a shark, so do the math on that. And then yesterday, there was a ground spout. Just a big old gush of water came out of the ground. And then today, around the office, I heard back here by the grass, we had a rattlesnake. And I'm like, there's no couple choices to really zero in on which one you might spend your money on. The lights just went off. I'm down here recording in the factory. Some of the lights went off. Hopefully these are motion lit and I'm not getting locked inside this sucker, because I've had that happen before and getting out was a trick when the front gate was locked and there's barbed wire over the top. So it's like they're making the new Ibex Escape Room edition. I'm going to go find somebody and get out of here. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and good luck, everyone.
Would you like to play a game?